If you need any proof of the wonderful diversity of nature, you only need to look as far as the obscure corners of the ocean to find it. There are some terrifying creatures that live down there, and some that are just a bit unfortunate looking. Others have amazing skills that you'd never imagine anyone would need. Meet the most bizarre of the bunch in our top 10 strangest sea creatures. Blobfish can't really move, so they just have to sit around and wait for food to come to them. It can take days to get a meal and then it's over in a bite. Their weird-looking bodies seem to be modeled after a dessert of some kind, maybe one that's a bit melted. Blobfish aren't often seen by humans, living as they do 600 to 1,200 meters below sea level off the coast of Australia. The anglerfish is a scary-looking beast that appears every time an animator needs a fish that looks like a monster scene. It lives in the midnight zone, and like many creatures down there, it has its own integral light. In this case, it's a small bulb-like light that dangles in front of its face so it can see whatever it's hunting. The anglerfish can swallow prey that is up to twice its size. The Christmas tree worms get their name from their spikes, which point out like the branches of a Christmas tree and help them to feed and breathe. If the worm feels threatened, the branches withdraw and it makes them less obvious to predators. Known as Spirobrancus giganteus, they are found on the Great Barrier Reef but have also been spotted as far away as the Caribbean. The sea krait, or Chinese sea snake, lurks around coral reefs, waiting to catch any unsuspecting prey with its paralyzing venom. That's the venom, which is 10 times the strength of cobra venom, in case you're still thinking these things might be harmless. They also come onto land for females to lay their eggs, but mainly live just offshore in caves or rock formations. However, they are oxygen-breathing, so have to break the surface every few hours in order to survive. The pufferfish is another creature that's popular with children's TV series, as the makers of those shows seem to be under the impression that you can use them as a replacement for balloons when needed. Yes, the pufferfish does blow up, but its spikes, when it does so, are sharp, and the puffer itself is highly poisonous. In fact, it's the second most poisonous vertebrate in the world after the golden poison frog. That doesn't stop pufferfish from being a delicacy in many countries, most notably Japan. The Snot Sea Cucumber has a remarkable party trick. Its outer wall is made up of a type of collagen that can tighten and loosen when needed. So, if it needs to get through a tiny gap, it can basically liquefy itself, pour through the gap and then reassemble on the other side. The other trick that some sea cucumbers pull is to go into a type of hibernation if the water temperature gets too high, where their bodily functions shut down until the temperature returns to normal. These slimy creatures, who are found all over the world in different varieties, may not be beautiful, but they are certainly clever. Found in the seas around Japan, giant spider crab can weigh up to 19 kilograms, around the weight of a 4-year-old human child. It lives in fairly shallow waters but can be found in depths of up to 600 meters. Again, it is a delicacy in Japan, but fishermen only tend to catch the smaller ones. Maybe even they are terrified of the ones that look like they could eat you alive. The Leafy Sea Dragon doesn't have many tricks when it comes to avoiding predators, so it just stops and hides by impersonating seaweed. It's found in the waters around southern Australia and is something of a mascot for the state of South Australia, where it is a protected species. It needs protection as it was being threatened by pollution and people hunting it for use in alternative medicine. Vampire squids live in the midnight zone and have glowing red eyes to help them see. Its body can either be black or red, covered in dangerous spikes. It also has a number of organs called photophores all over its body that produce flashes of light in order to disorientate and confuse predators. Plus, it can produce blue-lit mucus instead of ink when it's threatened. The name is enough to give you a clue that these sea creatures are a bit scary looking, with their fluorescent glow and their see-through heads. Again, they are specially adapted for living in the darkest places on Earth, hence the transparent skin, which allows their swiveling eyes to look upwards for glimmers of light as well as straight ahead. They live in tropical to temperate waters around the world, but have been rarely caught for human study. Thank you for watching. Check out other Factopedia videos as well, and make sure you subscribe to our channel for more.